Ace was the wrong prophet in One Piece. Roger wanted him to be the one to find the One Piece and become Joy Boy. However, Ace was not the main character and he had to die. But what if instead of Luffy, Ace was the main character in One Piece? Could Ace then become the Pirate King, or would he fail again? Let's find out. Ace's adventure begins with his birth on the island Baterilla, 1 year and 3 months after his father's execution. His mother, Podgus D. Rouge, carried Ace in her womb for 20 months. She dies during childbirth, and Monkey D. Garp saves the son of the Pirate King. Garp then brings the baby to Dardan, the mountain bandit. As a child, Ace overhears how others are badly talking about his father. This makes him feel lonely and worthless. At one point, he even beats some of them up. In his childhood, he has 2 important character moments. He wonders if he should have been born. Garp tells him that he can only find that out by living. Ace then wants to become the Pirate King. His childhood then develops quite similarly to the original timeline. However, there's one crucial difference. Shanks travels to Fusha village to give Ace the Gomu Gomu no Mi. The son of the Pirate King is supposed to receive this important devil fruit. There is a theory that Shanks intended to give the Gomu Gomu no Mi to Ace. In this timeline, it is Ace who becomes the rubber boy instead of Luffy. This changes some important aspects of the story. However, the childhood of all 3 Sake brothers remains quite similar. Luffy gets beaten by Porcemi, Ace and Sabo save him, they share sake and become brothers. Sabo is brought back home by his father. He escapes, meets Dragon, and is supposedly murdered by Saint Yalmak. Luffy and Ace mourn their brother and swear to set sail at the age of 17. 7 more years pass and Ace begins his journey to become the Pirate King. He wants to surpass his father and find out if he should have been born. The adventure of Ace begins similarly to the novel of A on Six's Island. There he meets Mask Dois, his first crew member. The two become friends, fail in their escape attempt on this island, and together they find the Mera Mera no Mi. Since Ace has the Gomu Gomu no Mi in this timeline, Mask Dois receives the Mera Mera no Mi. With this, they are able to defeat the giant bird on the island and escape with Striker. The two then establish the Spade Pirate crew, and over time the crew fills with over 20 members. Ace then sets out to travel to the New World to confront the 4 emperors. Whitebeard is his main goal. Ace receives his first bounty here as well. The Spade Pirate crew then travels to Sabaody. There they meet Rayleigh, who takes a liking to Ace. On their way to Fishman Island, Skull notices that the man who coded their ship was the vice captain of the Roger pirate crew. When Ace hears the name Roger, it triggers him. On Fishman Island, a conflict arises with Hammond. He's flexing with Whitebeard's flag on Fishman Island. Ace tries to apologize, but Hammond draws his weapon. Ace then activates his Conqueror's Haki and defeats him. The Spade Pirates flee from the island. In the New World, Ace wants to thank Shanks for saving Luffy. However, in this timeline, Shanks and Ace already know each other because Shanks gave him the Gomu Gomu no Mi. They talk about Luffy, and Shanks gives Ace an important piece of advice. He must find a purpose in his journey. A journey without a purpose is only plagued by impatience. These words will haunt Ace throughout this journey. What is his true goal, and what does he want to achieve on his journey? The Spade Pirates then travel to Wano. They end up stranded in Kuri. The locals capture them, but Ace is able to free himself without any problem. He meets Tama, and they instantly get along. Ace learns from her how to weave Amigasa head. When they leave, Tama really wants to come along, but Ace finds her too young. If she becomes a kunoichi by the next visit, she can come along. The Spade Pirates then travel to Onigashima to rescue kidnapped children. Kaido and his crew are on an expedition. Ace fights against Yamato. The fight ends in a draw. After the fight, they drink sake together, and Ace tells Yamato about Luffy's secret dream. Yamato then gives Ace a vivre card for himself. The Spade Pirate crew then travel to a trading island of the Whitebeard Pirates. There we get to see a fight between Ace and Jinbei. Unfortunately, unlike in the original timeline, this is not a battle between fire and water. Instead, it is a battle between rubber and water. Nonetheless, the fight lasts a whole 5 days. Suddenly, the Moby Dick appears. Whitebeard's aura surrounds the entire island. Ace recognizes the danger and sends his crew to escape before him. Ace even asks Whitebeard to allow his men to flee. However, Mask Dois wonders how he will defeat Whitebeard if he couldn't even defeat Jinbei. Whitebeard has the utmost respect for Ace and his action. The fight, of course, ends in a defeat for Ace. He and his crew are captured by the Whitebeard pirate crew and taken aboard the Moby Dick. Mask Dois realizes Ace's action and his aversion to the Pirate King. He then realizes that Roger must be Ace's father. On the Moby Dick, Ace gets to know the important members of the Whitebeard pirate crew. There are even occasional fights with Whitebeard. One evening, Ace has a conversation with Thatch and Teach about devil fruits. According to Teach, devil fruits are reborn. In this conversation, Ace also learns that Whitebeard sends his treasure to his homeland and voluntarily protects other islands when they need help. Ace then begins to change his perspective of Whitebeard. The next day, another fight ensues between Whitebeard and Ace. This time, Whitebeard even uses his devil fruit against Ace. But Ace unfortunately cannot win this fight either. We later learn why Whitebeard frequently fights against Ace. If Whitebeard didn't fight him, Ace's reckless nature would surely lead him to death. That won't happen as long as Whitebeard is alive. Some time passes and we reach their 100th duel. In the last 100 duels, Ace has mastered the abilities of his Devil Fruit. He now controls Gear 2nd and Gear 3rd. Whitebeard is fascinated by Ace's development. The fight ends with a hug from Whitebeard. Ace had enough fun. He is now his son. Several days pass. Ace burns the Spade Pirates crew flag with the help of 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚒𝚝 The next day, in an official ceremony, he shares his sake with Whitebeard, officially becoming his son. 3 years have passed since the beginning of Ace's journey. Ace has now risen to the rank of commander of the 2nd division of the Whitebeard pirate crew. But then something terrible happens on the Moby Dick. 𝙲𝚘𝚙 gets murdered. 𝙲𝚘𝚙 killed him after he acquired the Yami Yami no Mi. Despite everyone's objections, Ace sets off the hunt for Blackbeard. Meanwhile, by the Straw Hat Pirates, Luffy has started his journey. He has found 4 crew members and made a name for himself in the East Blue. Ace finds out that Luffy has started his journey by seeing the bounty poster of him. Ace tries to gather information about Blackbeard on Drum Island. Blackbeard even has driven out Warple on Drum Island. Ace asks the residents to leave a message for Straw Hat Luffy if he shows up on Drum. In Alabasta, there's a fight with Smoker and a reunion with Luffy. However, the meeting of the two brothers is very brief. Ace is happy that Luffy has found such great nakama, but he has to continue his hunt for Blackbeard. Ace then goes through the adventure of his cover story. However, as these events unfold, the story takes a completely different direction. The Straw Hat crew's adventure in Alabasta is not unfolding as it did in the original timeline. Since Luffy is not made of rubber, he does not possess the same resistance to physical attacks as in the original timeline. Without Haki and without a Devil Fruit, Luffy stands no chance against Sir Crocodile. Luffy dies. Crocodile has already killed countless rookies on the Grand Line. In this timeline, Luffy becomes another one of his victims. Meanwhile, the other members of the Straw Hat crew manage to defeat the agents of the Baroque Works. Unfortunately, that is not enough to stop Sir Crocodile's plan Utopia. In the Tombs of the Kings, King Cobra is murdered, and Nico Robin does not inform Crocodile about the ancient weapon Pluton. A brief fight between the two ensues. So Crocodile no longer has a use for Robin. He knocks her out. Whether Robin survives remains uncertain. Sir Crocodile's plan Utopia succeeds. King Cobra is seen as a bad king by the people due to Crocodile's intrigue. Sir Crocodile stops the rebels and is crowned the new king of Alabasta. The supposed peace is restored. Crocodile achieves the same as Doflamingo did in Dressrosa. However, the Straw Hats and Vivi manage to escape. They hide on Alabasta. The Straw Hat pirates are shaken. Their captain has died. With the death of Luffy, the fate of some other characters is also buried. Skypiea is destroyed, Frankie is arrested by the world government, and Brook remains alone in the Florian Triangle. The death of Luffy plays an incredible important role for Ace. Ace learns about the death of Luffy from a newspaper. The headline reads, "Sir Crocodile kills 30 million Barrier Rookie from the East Blue." Ace collapses, similar to how Luffy did at Marineford. Ace blames himself for not helping his brother on this mission. He had the chance to do so, but the hunt for Blackbeard was more important to him than helping his brother. Ace feels completely alone. First he lost Sabo and now Luffy. Ace decides to abandon the hunt for Blackbeard and return to the Moby Dick. He currently does not have the strength to successfully capture Blackbeard. We then switch to Baltigore. The revolutionaries also received this news. Dragon falls into mourning, his son is dead. Dragon's right-hand man also looks at the newspaper article. Suddenly he starts crying and collapses, just like Ace did. Sabo regains his memories through the newspaper article, just like in the original timeline when Ace died. Ace and Sabo are alive, and both mourn their deceased brother. Perhaps the two brothers will meet again soon. Ace then returns to the Moby Dick. Marco immediately hugs him. Whitebeard does as well. He understands how difficult the situation must be for Ace. Ace breaks down in tears. But he has a request for Whitebeard. They must carry on Luffy's will, even if Alabasta has fallen. Ace asks Whitebeard to travel to Alabasta to help the people whom Luffy wanted to help. The princess of Alabasta was a friend of his. Ace then mentions the name Sir Crocodile. Whitebeard erupts in anger. He had already defeated this rookie years ago. If Whitebeard had known that Crocodile would cause so much trouble in the future, he would not have spared him back then. Whitebeard takes the blame for Luffy's death upon himself. He then promises Ace that he will free Alabasta from Crocodile. Whitebeard is just happy that Ace is still alive. He was afraid his son could die in battle against Blackbeard. Teach doesn't matter for now. Ace survives this timeline because he abandons his hunt for Blackbeard. The Whitebeard pirates then travel to Alabasta to liberate the kingdom, but first Ace must find Vivi and the Straw Hat crew. They are still alive somewhere on the island. Ace searches every town in Alabasta, he finds them on Yuba. They have been hiding with Toto. Ace mourns with Luffy's nakama, he offers them to join the Whitebeard pirates. After Ace leads Vivi and the Straw Hat crew to the Moby Dick, Whitebeard sets off alone to the capital of Alabasta. Whitebeard has reached the main square of the capital, he then shout-outs for Sir Crocodile. The new king is shocked, he wonders why Whitebeard is suddenly in Alabasta. Sir Crocodile looks out from the palace and listens to Whitebeard's words. The emperor wants to meet with Sir Crocodile to discuss the future of Alabasta. Crocodile illegally seized the throne. Princess Vivi is not dead, she is the rightful ruler of the country. Sir Crocodile has betrayed the Nefeltari family. How could Whitebeard know that? Who has betrayed Crocodile? Crocodile panics, but he confronts Whitebeard in the main square. Whitebeard presents him with 3 conditions for a peaceful resolution. He must officially relinquish the throne to Nefeltari Vivi, he must publicly reveal the truth about his actions to the people, he must then leave Alabasta and never return. Of course, Crocodile does not agree to this offer. Crocodile also knows that he cannot win the fight against Whitebeard. He tries to manipulate him and offers a different deal. But suddenly Whitebeard activates the Gura Gura no Mi in Sir Crocodile's face. The new king of Alabasta has no chance to dodge. Crocodile is knocked out. Vivi arrives at the main square and then she reveals the truth about what Crocodile has done. He is the leader of the Baroque works, he is responsible for the lack of rain in Alabasta. Vivi is crowned the new queen, Whitebeard gives Vivi his flag. Alabasta is now under the protection of the Whitebeard pirates. For now, the former members of the Straw Hat crew will stay with Vivi. It is still unclear what they will do afterwards. Will they inherit Luffy's will, or will their adventure end in Alabasta? Only time will tell. Ace gives them a vivre card from Whitebeard and one from himself. He also gives them a Denden Mushi with a direct connection to the Moby Dick. If anything happens, they can immediately contact Whitebeard and Ace. Sir Crocodile is then handed over to the Marines. Smoker and Tashigi are stationed in Alabasta. The Whitebeard pirates then set sail from Alabasta. On the Moby Dick, Whitebeard asks Ace in his cabin. He wants to talk to Ace about his loss. Ace feels like he has nothing left. Whitebeard makes it clear to him that he still has his family, his father and his dreams. Whitebeard wants to make Ace the next pirate king. This is a wish that Roger announced to him before his death. This is a reference to the talk under the cherry blossoms. Here Roger tells Whitebeard about the will of the D. However, they also talk about more. Roger told Whitebeard about his child who was not born yet. Back in the present, Whitebeard says that Blackbeard is not the one Roger was waiting for. Roger was waiting for the joy boy of the next generation. Even though Ace hates his father, he only had the best intentions for him. He wanted to protect his son, that's why he asked Garb and Whitebeard to take care of him. Garb was supposed to raise him, and Whitebeard was supposed to make him a great pirate. Roger's greatest rivals raised his son, and they succeeded. This truth shocks Ace. He never thought that he mattered to his father. However, Whitebeard doesn't want to force his son into anything, but he knows that Ace is the one Roger was waiting for. Ace is not sure if he can live up to these wishes. With Luffy's death, Ace realizes that he is not strong enough. He's doubting himself. He needs to become stronger. Ace wants Whitebeard to train him so that he is truly ready to travel to the New World. Whitebeard agrees, but before that they should pay a visit to a certain character. The Whitebeard pirates then travel to Sabaody. There they meet with Rayleigh. The Dark King has already realized who Ace was a few years ago. His face is very similar to that of a young Roger. Rayleigh tells Ace about his father's wish. It is the same words that Whitebeard had just spoken to him. Roger's son is supposed to be the next one to find the One Piece. Rayleigh is willing to help him with that. However, Rayleigh's approach is a bit different. He asks Whitebeard and Ace to wait for 2 more years before they start hunting for the road poneglyphs in the New World. The two should use these 2 years to become stronger, because it is only in 2 years that the time will come to find the One Piece. If they do it now, they will definitely be too early, just like the Roger pirates. In the original timeline, Rayleigh proposed the time skip to Luffy, on the one hand, of course, so that Luffy can become stronger, but also so that the timing of Momo's journey to the future fits. Because Momo is needed for the dawn of the world and for opening the borders of Wano. An open Wano will probably be needed for the activation of the ancient weapon Pluton. So if Ace travels to the New World now, Momo and Kinemon will still travel to the future. Ace and Whitebeard trust Rayleigh and they agree. The Whitebeard pirates will quietly travel for the next 2 years and prepare Ace to become the Pirate King. Meanwhile, in the world of One Piece, Blackbeard has delivered one of the supernovas to the world government and has become a warlord of the sea. He captured Trafalgar Law. During his infiltration of Impel Down, Blackbeard and his crew were then killed by Magellan. Basil Hawkins has replaced Teach as one of the warlords. Originally, it was supposed to be Basil Hawkins who would become one of the warlords after the time skip, but Oda then scrapped the idea. Gekko Moria and Jinbei remain in their positions. The Stride Pirates did not attack the Thriller bark. Jinbei did not have to leave the warlords because there was no war with the Whitebeard Pirates. Buggy does not become a warlord, and later not an emperor either. Buggy is still imprisoned in Impel Down. Whitebeard survives the current emperor system. There's no mass breakout from Impel Down. There's no war at Marineford, and Sengoku remains the fleet admiral. There are also no new admirals. Then we get a time skip. 2 years later. The hunt for the road poneglyphs begins. It's time for Ace to become the Pirate King. Ace has learned advanced armament, observation and Konkurosaki over the past 2 years, making him capable of facing many characters in the New World. Ace, Whitebeard, Marco and the others are ready to claim the One Piece. The Whitebeard Pirates are thrilled that Blackbeard and his crew have fallen in Impel Down. They should actually thank Magellan for that. During this time, Ace had had enough time to reflect on what the title of Pirate King means to him. Originally, the title meant fame, recognition and acceptance for him. However, he has received all these things even without the title of Pirate King. Ace wants to continue to find out if he was meant to be born. He now wants to rise as the Pirate King to answer this question. The Whitebeard pirate crew then travels to Fishman Island to obtain information about the former road poneglyph on the island. According to King Neptune, a man marked by flames has claimed the road poneglyph for himself. There is apparently information about him on Elbaf. Then the Whitebeard pirates travel to Zou. Nekomamushi and Inuarashi are happy to see Whitebeard and the others again. They once traveled with Odin on the Moby Dick. Without any problems, they show Whitebeard and Ace their road poneglyph. Raizo is also on the island and he is safe. He is chained to the road poneglyph. From Raizo, our heroes learn that Kanjuro, Kinemon and Momonosuke are on different islands. Whitebeard and Ace decide to help them to return to Wano. In the original timeline, Kinemon and Momo announce what happens to Odin on Wano. In this timeline, Whitebeard already knows that Odin is dead. Whitebeard is aware that he and his crew must confront Kaido to obtain the road poneglyph on Wano. However, in order to achieve this, they need to first rescue the other samurai. The Minks on Zou ally themselves with Whitebeard. If he goes to war against Kaido, they will support him, and Raizo joins the crew. Next, the Whitebeard pirates travel to Punk Hazard to rescue Momonosuke and Kinemon. Law was captured by Blackbeard and handed over to the Marines before the time skip, so he doesn't play a role in this arc. Kinemon immediately recognizes Whitebeard and his crew. The search for Momonosuke becomes a bit more difficult. However, one of the children reports that a small dragon has fallen into the garbage dump. They subsequently find the small dragon, who turns out to be Momonosuke. Caesar gets defeated, and Momo and Kinemon join the crew. The Moby Dick then travels to Dressrosa to rescue Kanjuro. Our heroes currently do not know that Kanjuro is a traitor. Ace and Marco set out to search for Kanjuro on the island. The two confront Doflamingo. They don't want to fight the king of Dressrosa. They simply want to take Kanjuro back. Doflamingo cooperates with them. He can even forgive them for beating up Caesar. After all, his SAD production was not destroyed. Doflamingo is grateful to Teach for delivering law to the world government. Doflamingo of course knows that such a statement provokes the Whitebeard pirates. Ace loses his temper, but Marco calms him down. There is no fight. After our heroes depart with Kanjuro, Doflamingo calls Kaido to warn him. Whitebeard and his crew are on their way to Wano to steal the road poneglyph from him. And Kaido, he just happily laughs. The Moby Dick then travels to Wano Kuni to free the country from the clutches of the Beast Pirates. The battle against the Beast Pirates is much easier in this timeline than in the original timeline. Whitebeard travels to Wano with his fleet, but they do not immediately appear. First, they gather suitable allies on the island with Kinemon and the others. The Red Scabbards are united and the prisoners from Udon are freed. Ace reunites with Tama and wants to meet Yamato as well. However, according to the residents of Wano, Yamato is still being held captive on Onigashima. Ace wants to save her and recruit her into the crew. The raid then takes place on the day of the Fire Festival. The Whitebeard pirates, along with their 43 allied pirate crews, the Minks from Zou, the Red Scabbards, the Yakuza from Wano, and the allies of the Kozuki clan then raid Onigashima to drive out Kaido and the Beast Pirates from the country. On the way there, Whitebeard recalls his conversation with Ace about Sir Crocodile. Whitebeard could have stopped Crocodile earlier, preventing Ace's brother from dying. Similar, Whitebeard could have liberated Wano Kuni after Odin's death. He did not see it as his conflict. If only he had been more intelligent back then and protected the country. Whitebeard wants to make up for that mistake now. Our heroes arrive at Onigashima. Whitebeard even offers Kaido and his crew a peaceful resolution to the situation. They can leave Wano Kuni or face their entire fleet. Of course, Kaido has no intention of resolving this peacefully. A battle ensues between Whitebeard's alliance and the Beast Pirates. Kaido also has allies. Doflamingo and the Don Quixote Pirates are present on Onigashima, including Caesar, Monet and Vergo. Originally, Oda planned for Joker, aka Doflamingo, to be defeated on Wano Kuni, but then Doflamingo got his own arc. In this timeline, we follow this original concept. Whitebeard and the Red Scabbards begin their battle against Kaido, Marco confronts King, Jozu faces Queen, and Vista faces Jack. Ace has to confront Doflamingo. The Tobiropo fight against the other commanders of the Whitebeard Pirates. At first, Whitebeard and the Red Scabbards have the upper hand, but then Kaido activates his hybrid form and easily defeats them, turning his attention to Whitebeard. In the meantime, Ace engages in an all-out fight against Doflamingo. Ace has developed his own gear forms to match Doflamingo. His gear's second form can produce fire, and with the help of his advanced Conqueror's Haki, he manages to defeat Doflamingo. However, Ace sustains substantial damage in the process. After his victory, Ace searches for Yamato to help her. They meet in the castle, similar to how Luffy and Yamato did in the original timeline. Ace frees her from the handcuffs and they set out to defeat Kaido together. The Tobiropo and the members of the Don Quixote Pirates are then defeated one by one. In the meantime, Hiyori confronts Orochi. Although Kanjuro managed to kidnap Momonosuke in this timeline, he was rescued by Ace and Yamato on their way to the roof. In this timeline, Momonosuke fights with them against Kaido. But when our heroes reach the top, they witness Kaido killing Whitebeard. With his Kanabo, he smashed half of Whitebeard's face. The body of the strongest man in the world stands motionless, but Whitebeard can still speak. His last words are directed to Ace. Whitebeard never intended to leave Wano alive. His goal was for his sons and daughters to leave the island safe, although he has not succeeded yet. He failed to defeat Kaido, but Kaido is weakened. Ace is filled with anger. He has lost not only Luffy, but now also Whitebeard. He cannot forgive Kaido for that. Together with Yamato and Momo, Ace prepares for the battle. Meanwhile, Marco, Jozo and Vista have managed to defeat King, Queen and Jack in all-out battles. Only Kaido remains to be defeated. Ace tries to attack Kaido with various gum-gum attacks. Although Kaido is weakened, he is still strong and fast enough to parry them. Yamato in her Zoan form tries to freeze Kaido but fails. Momo tries to support them as well, but he's too weak. Momo then flees from the battle, or at least that's what Ace and Yamato believe. In reality, Momo wants to mature with Shinobu's Devil Fruit. He succeeds, and shortly after, a full-grown pink dragon appears to support them in the battle against Kaido. But even with the three of them, they have no chance against him. Kaido intends to deliver the finishing blow to Momo, but Ace jumps in front of him. If he couldn't save Luffy back then, he will save Momonosuke now. Ace takes the full blow of the attack, but instead of dying, his Devil Fruit awakening is triggered. The drums of liberation can be heard. Ace has become Joy Boy, and he also cannot stop laughing. With the new abilities of his Devil Fruit, he manages to defeat Kaido. Even the Fire Dragon Kaido has no chance against Joy Boy Ace. With a powerful flaming fist, Ace manages to touch Kaido and defeat him once and for all. Wano Kuni is liberated, but at the same time our heroes have lost a lot. Whitebeard is dead, and the Whitebeard Pirates mourn his loss. They take his body to be buried on Swings Island. Ace gives a flag of the Whitebeard Pirates to Momo, Hiyori and the Red Scabbards. The island is now under their protection. Yama and Tama join the crew to accompany Ace on his further journey. The next day, the news spread across the world. Ace and the Whitebeard Pirates have defeated Kaido, the Beast Pirates and the Don Quixote Pirates. Sabo then travels to Wano to meet Ace. Ace is shocked to see Sabo alive and well. They drink sake together and remember their time with Luffy. In the meantime, Kozuki Sukiyaki leads Ace, Sabo and Marco to the road Poneglyph in Wano Kuni. There the three learn about the ancient Wano Kuni. Sukiyaki then offers to decipher the road poneglyphs for Ace, paving the way for him to reach Laugh Tale. Momo becomes the new shogun of Wano. In this timeline, Green Bull does not attack Wano, so Yamato does not have to reflect on the need to protect the island. With a relaxed conscience, she becomes a part of Whitebeard's crew, just like Oden once did. The Moby Dick then travels to Swings Island to bury Whitebeard. The Whitebeard Pirates, their allies, the Alabasta Kingdom, the Minks from Zou, the Fish fishermen from Fishman Island, and the saved people from Wano Kuni all participate in the funeral. It is one of the biggest historical events in the story. Out of respect, the name of the crew is not changed. The sons and daughters of Whitebeard continue to travel as the Whitebeard Pirates. Meanwhile, in the world of One Piece, 2 emperor positions are vacant. Ace becomes an emperor by defeating Kaido, and the 4th emperor position remains empty for now. The power balance in One Piece is shaken. The Moby Dick then travels to Whole Cake Island. The crew initially tries to peacefully obtain the road poneglyph, but Big Mom doesn't want to hear about it. She sends Cracker directly into the seducing woods to defeat Ace and the others. Yamato takes on Cracker so that the others can continue. Tama then helps Yamato control the animal homies with her Kibidangos. On the way to the castle, Alvin and Daifugu stand in their way. Jozo and Vista take care of them. Smoothie and Katakuri suddenly appear in the castle. Charlotte Brûlée has led them to the chateau with her Mira Mira no Mi. Marco faces Katakuri and Izo faces Smoothie. Ace then goes alone to the 4th floor to confront Big Mom there. The goal of the fight is not to defeat Big Mom, but to make a copy of her road poneglyph. Big Mom is already waiting in the treasure room for Ace. A fight between them ensues. Ace uses the awakening of his devil fruit to transform the treasure room into rubber. He wants to turn the room into a trampoline so he can take over the poneglyph. Big Mom then gives a part of her soul to the road poneglyph. The road poneglyph now has his own soul and is made of rubber. A chase for this road poneglyph then begins in the chateau. Ace gradually transforms more parts of the chateau into rubber to bounce around like on a trampoline. Big Mom tries to stop Ace with her homies, but our rubbery hero is faster. The fights of Marco and Izu continue. Marco then flies to Ace and the two grab a copy of the homie road poneglyph. Marco also grabs Izo. Ace then has an idea. He has observed how Brûlée had brought Katakuri and Smoothie out of a mirror. They can escape with her. Ace grabs Brûlée down below and together with her, Marco and Izo, they escape into the mirror world. In the mirror world, our heroes then search for the mirrors through which Jozo, Vista, Yamato and Tama can escape. Jozo and Vista grab the mirrors in one of the houses on Whole Cake Island. With Yamato and Tama it's a bit more difficult. There are no mirrors to be found in the seducing woods. Ace jumps out of the mirror world to rescue the two from the seducing woods. One must not forget that Katakuri, Oven, Daifugu, Smoothie and Big Mom are chasing him. Big Mom tries to catch Ace, but thanks to his devil fruit awakening he can escape her. He then simply transforms into a giant and easily runs into the seducing woods. Yamato and Tama are amazed. Ace then grabs the two and runs with them to the coast where the Moby Dick is already waiting for them. Cracker tries to hit them with his soldiers, but they are easily destroyed by giant Ace. Ace, Yamato and Tama are on the ship. Thanks to Brûlée and her mirror on the Moby Dick, the other crew members have also safely landed on the ship. But suddenly Big Mom flies with burning hair on Zeus towards the Moby Dick. The ship sets sail and starts moving, but Big Mom lands on the ship and a fight with a Yonko ensues. Similar to the original timeline, the goal is not to defeat Big Mom, but to throw her off the ship. Ace has already used up enough strength and he cannot transform into a giant again. Yamato and Marco try to throw Big Mom off the ship with her zone forms, but it doesn't work. Then Jozo tries to body check her away with his diamond body, but Big Mom easily dodges it. She starts enveloping the Moby Dick in flames. Ace then grabs Brûlée and Big Mom and flees with them into the mirror world. The Whitebeard pirates are free. Ace wants to trap Big Mom into the mirror world. He turns the floor of the mirror world into rubber to bounce around again. He then runs through the mirror world like the Roadrunner with Brûlée to return through the mirror he came from. The Whitebeard pirates have succeeded. They have outsmarted Big Mom. They now possess 3 out of the 4 road poneglyphs. Since we currently do not know exactly where the last road poneglyph is located, we have to speculate a bit. The man marked by flames could be Saul on Elbaf, or it could be a completely new character. If Saul is this character, then our heroes could obtain the last poneglyph from him, give the copies of the poneglyphs to Sukiyaki for translation, and then travel to Laugh-Tale with the Moby Dick. However, if the character is completely new, our heroes would have to find him and somehow obtain a copy of his poneglyph. It would also be interesting to find out why this character took the poneglyph from Fishman Island. What is the story behind this? In any case, after these adventures, the Whitebeard pirates will surely succeed in obtaining the last road poneglyph. The Whitebeard pirates manage to travel to Laugh-Tale as the second crew after Roger. Just like Roger and the Roger pirates, Ace and the members of the Whitebeard pirates also start laughing. They laugh at what Joy Boy left behind on the island. It was a long journey. However, However, the journey does not end on Laugh Tale. Roger arrived too early at Laugh Tale. There is still something that needs to be done. Joy Boy was waiting for someone specific. Whether Sark is on Laugh Tale, or whether it is a memory of Joy Boy, or the plan to destroy the Red Line with the ancient weapons, remains uncertain for now. Ace and the Whitebeard pirates will not have arrived at Laugh Tale too early. They will be able to do something with the treasure. However, it will certainly require the ancient weapons and most likely Ace's Nika fruit. Masked Dois, the author and the first member of the Spade Pirates, then writes the book about Ace and his journey to become the Pirate King. Ace has found a purpose in his life. His purpose in life is not wealth, power and fame as he once thought. In reality, Ace only wanted one thing: a family. Just like Whitebeard did. The title of the Pirate King means exactly that to him: a family with whom he can share his treasured experiences. But what would happen if instead of Ace, Zoro was the main character in One Piece? How would the story develop then? Could Zoro defeat all of Luffy's opponents? Find out in this video. See you in the next one. Take care.